Good morning, everyone. Adele here from Your Healing Path and Dare to Be Authentic. Absolutely had to start with the singing bowl this morning because this is a pretty big topic. Fear of the unknown. And here's a little bit of insight. Everyone has fear of the unknown, including myself. So addressing this topic for all of you has been an interesting experience for me as well. So, as promised, I actually didn't start working on anything until this morning because I wanted to make sure that everyone had the opportunity to vote on what topic they wanted. So, when I got up this morning, hi Victoria, when I got up this morning and I realised that it was still fear of the unknown, had to bolster myself. So, I actually think I've come up with some really helpful and very, very, very viable options and solutions and answers for you guys. But do follow along because there's quite a bit. Now I keep looking down because I've actually charted my thoughts, which for me is hi Doors, which for me is one of the easiest ways for me to work through issues when I'm dealing with something from a generic perspective rather than directly with a client. Those of you who have worked with me know that there is nothing generic about it. So, you know, when we work together, we go straight to the root cause of what's going on and we deal with that issue. So again, addressing a topic from a very generic perspective actually requires me to expand my knowledge, my energy, my perspective, and thanks, Victoria. You know, it requires me to truly just, I'm just going to say what came to mind, blow that shit up and work out how to bring it all back down to everyday understandable terms that you guys can utilize. So that's why I had to start with the singing bowl, because I blew shit up. Now I had to bring it all back down to earth. So shall we get started? I do recommend that whether or not you take notes while you're watching this or you watch it a couple of times, because there is actually quite a lot of information. Again, no specific answers, but lots of information. You can see that I'm still thinking because, look, I'm twirling my blue tack. My little fidget spinner. Fidget spinner before they were popular. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when we're dealing with fear of the unknown, there's two aspects of it. There's actually three. But the key ones are a positive fear, which deals with future aspects, and a negative fear, which deals with past aspects. Smack bang in the middle of all of that is fear of consequence. So the fear of consequence actually speaks to both the future and the past. So that's why it kind of sits right bang in the middle. When we're talking about fear of the unknown from the perspective of future, we're looking at things like fear of success and what that might mean, and fear of change and what that might mean. So the question I had to ask is, why? Why is there a fear of success or a fear of change? And that's the question you guys have to ask yourselves. What is the fear behind success or change? And I will come back to that in a moment, but I want to flip backwards and forwards so we're on par. We then have fear of the past, which is the negative aspect of fear, which is fear of failure, which we are all familiar with, and actually not having confidence. Again, possibly due to past experience. And again, what sits between both of those is potential consequences. Okay? When we're looking at fear of the unknown based on past experience, so a negative aspect of fear of the unknown, fear of failure, not having confidence, you're looking at things like, and pardon me for looking down, I know it doesn't come across great, but you know, I've got my notes and I really want to capture everything I can for you guys. the negative aspects of fear of the unknown, which is fear of failure, or actually not having the confidence to take a step because of past failure, or because of limiting beliefs. At some point in your life, you told yourself that you couldn't do this, either through experience or watching someone else's experience and thinking, oh, well, I can't live up to that. Well, that's bullshit. You can, if you want to. Limiting beliefs. I love that you're loving this topic, Victoria. What I want you to ask yourself when you're looking at limiting beliefs, first question, who told you you can't? Who told you you can't? What was the experience that you had that told you you can't? Or what was the experience that you had that you deemed to be a failure when you tried to move forward? What was it? Who was it? What was the lesson? And if you're still thinking in terms of failure, give yourself an energetic kick up the arse. If you've been in the group long enough, you know we do not speak of failure. We talk about lessons. We talk about experience. We do not refer to it as failure. Okay. Every single time you get to decide. Every single time. You can decide to keep going down the path that you're going, or you can decide that you want something different. And you can also decide that that something different is going to be different from everything else that's happened before. Overcoming your limiting beliefs. Overcoming your fear of failure. Gaining confidence. When we go to what I'm referring to as the positive aspect of fear of failure, which is, a fear of success or a fear of change. Personally, big fan of change. Big fan of change. Cannot stand not moving forward. There is no point to it. Of course you need downtime. We all need downtime. But not a real big fan of not progressing. Not a real big fan of not growing. And to me, that is the epitome of success. Continual growth. Continual forward momentum. Of course it's essential. Yes, change is essential, Victoria. Right, can't fail if you're already perfect the way you are. Way to bring it indoors. Nicely done. I kind of like that, right? I'm going to have another giggle at that after the video, I promise you. When it... Of course, I'm just going to keep still giggling now. Thank you for that, Dawes. When we're looking at fear of the unknown from a positive or future perspective, and we're looking at fear of success or fear of change, why do you fear what you don't know? Why? If you've not had success, so okay, we're dealing with not the past aspect, not making decisions based on what's happened before, but making decisions that turn you completely away from what's happened before. Making decisions that you have an expected different outcome. Okay? So when you fear that aspect of it, that's the unknown. If I make a decision that's different to what I've done before, what's going to happen? Will it be successful? Will it have the change that I expect? You don't know, right? And that's a bit scary, right? So that's when you smack yourself upside the head. You go, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I'm smarter than that. I know more than that. Start trusting yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start gaining confidence. Start overcoming self-doubt. These are not just words. And I understand that a lot of you will be watching this and going, oh yeah, that's easy for you to say. Let me tell you, not easy for me to say. Because I've done it. I've done it. I live it. So when I'm saying those things to you, I know full well that it's possible. I also understand it takes a certain amount of strength and chutzpah to knock down those walls and step forward. But that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm here. Because if you need that confidence and you need that support, that's why I'm here. Okay. Enough of serious Delby. Back to success. Why do you fear what you don't know? Basically because you don't know what it means for your family, for your friends, for your life, for yourself. If you have success, how does your life change? What does that mean? Does it mean that you become more exposed? And is that something that you fear? Does it mean that your entire life will eventually completely change if you have success and you don't want to let go of the life that you currently have? Here's what I'm here to tell you. When you think that way, you are absolutely stopping yourself, because what you don't realize is that you can take any aspect of your current life with you when you decide you're ready to change. When you decide you're ready for success, you decide which parts of your life you take with you and which parts of your life you leave behind. Of course, you have to heal those parts that you leave behind, otherwise they will come back and bite you on the bum. Guaranteed, without fail, every single time. Might take a week, might take a day, might take a month or a year, but they will come back. When we're looking at positive change, success, we are looking at trust. When we're looking at, it's a little bit controversial what I'm about to say, when we're looking at negative aspects of fear, which is failure and no confidence, you are looking at the negative aspects of hope. Hope has two faces. It is the hope of desperation, which is the one that speaks to failure and no confidence. Then there is the hope of love, which drives you forward. The hopelessness. Oh, I hope it works out the way I want it to. That is putting your power into someone else's hands. That is giving away your power. On the flip side of that, I sincerely hope it all works out the way it's meant to work out. Positive hope. Hope that comes from light. Hope that comes from love. Very, very different sides of exactly the same thing. How you choose to use that is entirely up to you. You can have hope of love, or you can have hope of desperation. Your choice. Always your choice. As is everything that we talk about. It's always your choice. It's always your decision. I spoke about confidence. There we go. I spoke about confidence and I referred to, overcoming self-doubt. So I'm going to give you a couple of pointers on that. How do you gain confidence? It's the thing, like, people go, well, how do you become confident? Yes, Victoria, I want to fist pump that one. No one can have your power. You won't let them, because it's your life. Yes, absolutely. Well, yes, yes. Okay. When we're talking about overcoming self-doubt, I did do a series on that some time ago. So if you want to go to the YouTube channel, you can have a look at the series that I did a few months ago on overcoming self-doubt and, give yourself a bit of a refresher course. The long and the short of it. Overcoming self-doubt obviously means that you gain confidence, right? But how do you gain confidence? You take one small step. One small step. One freaking step. It's all it takes to start building your confidence. And why? Why is it just that one step makes all the difference in the world? When you try it, you gain knowledge. Whether you succeed or whether you learn a lesson, you've gained knowledge. And you tell me, any time in your life where you haven't gained knowledge and been better off for it, in the long run or in the short term. Try it. Give it a go. Gain more knowledge. Gain more experience. Allow yourself to grow. Because the minute you stop trying it, you may as well stick yourself in a tar pit and stay there for the rest of your life. Simple. And harsh. I realise that. Because I get a bit cheeky sometimes, don't I? Build new experiences. Build your confidence. Build your knowledge base of what you're capable of and what might be out of your reach for now. Not out of your reach forever, but out of your reach for now. And as always, it's my new theme in life. What do you want instead? What do you want instead? By asking yourself that question and coming up with an answer to that, you then give yourself the greatest gift of all, which is action with intent. Action with intent. You're not just mindlessly, blindly going out there and doing shit hoping that it works out the way you want. What do you want instead? And then take action with intent. Lesson either way. Good, bad, indifferent. You've got more knowledge. You've got more experience. You've started the momentum. You've wiped out an aspect of overthinking that's been plaguing you for a while. You get to make a decision. You gain confidence. You build confidence. You move forward. It's continual growth. It's continual evolution. Yep. That's it. That's it. Victoria Dawes, do you have any questions at all? I'm hard-ass this morning, aren't I? This is what happens when I challenge myself. Do you guys have any questions at all? If you do, post them after the video's gone live and I will, as always, be more than happy to answer them. I'm going to go and continue my day now. I think I need a little bit more singing bowl because that passion thing that I keep talking about, that sort of, thanks Victoria, it kind of bubbles up and it is my action with intent. So rather than running wildly with it, which I do sometimes, and that's fun. Oh, that's a hell of a lot of fun. Oh, Victoria, I'm actually blushing. I am actually blushing now. Thank you, sweetheart. So by all means, run wild with your passion, by all means. But at some stage, it needs to be action with intent. It does. So try it. Try it. Think about what you want instead. Decide one small step. Decide one small action. One small action with intent and try it. What's the worst that could happen if you take one small step? Ask yourself that question. And you're going to open up a whole lot of stuff about what goes on in your mind. That's it, guys. Have a fabulous, fabulous Wednesday. Thrash it out Thursday tomorrow so I get to go and be silly all over again, which is really lovely. Thank you, Dawes and Victoria, for joining me this morning. And to anyone who's watching this afterwards, if you have any comments, as always, please post them and I will respond to them during the day. And again, as always, I don't mean to trigger people when I come to you with these videos. It's not my intent. My intent is to always try and bring answers that you can work with. However, if you feel that, you have been triggered, please do reach out. I don't ever want to leave anyone hanging. It's cruel and it's not necessary. So please know that I am always here to answer any questions that you have. Okay, have a fabulous day, guys. And I'll be posting later on in the group. As always, if you need anything, you know where to find me. I will also post the link for a breakthrough call because that's what I'm here for. Sending you all such enormous amounts of passionate love. You've got no idea. Have a fabulous day, everyone. Love you. Bye.